always see stuff online about what defines a high value man. I see it all the time. And I'm gonna say this. This is a very unpopular opinion. This is a very controversial opinion. But to me, the thing that makes someone a high value man is the inability to require sex. It's the inability to be persuaded and to be seduced into having sex with just any random female. And I know that sounds weird. I know a lot of guys are gonna hate me for saying this, but to me, one of the biggest indicators of a low quality guy is not being able to say no to sex. I know that probably sounds weird, probably sounds fucking insane, but it's the truth. And this is the reason why it's the truth. There's two different people, there's all these different streamers I keep seeing on social media. There's two different types of them. One, there's the men. The men are low value because all they do is they rely on social media girls, all these like OnlyFans girls, all these like Instagram thoughts for attention. They just do the most outrageous stuff. They don't preach anything about self-improvement. They don't preach anything about how to be a high quality person. They don't preach anything about how to be in shape, how to manage your finances correctly and efficiently, how to have high quality relationships. And I'm not talking about just romantic relationships, but also platonic or social or just different friendly or business related relationships. Does that make sense? Then there's the females, and all the females, all they do is they try to use their body in order to get attention. You see these different podcasts like Whatever and Fresh and Fit. The girls come on, all they talk about is OnlyFans. All they talk about is like the most retarded, nonsensical, low IQ stuff. It blows my mind that this is what society has come to. And ultimately, the whole reason why this all happens is because men cannot say no to sex. Think about it this way. If a girl is on OnlyFans and she sees you in real life and she says, hey, I'll use sex to persuade that guy, but you're the kind of guy that cannot be persuaded by sex, what do you think she'll do in response? Just think about that for a second. She'll no longer use sex as a way to get your attention. She'll no longer use sex as a way to persuade you. And then you stop all of this before it even starts. You cut it off right there and then. The reason why all these girls, all these dudes complain about are doing the things they're doing is because most men are weak nowadays. Most men cannot just say no to sex. They see a girl with titties, they see a girl with ass, they see a girl throwing it back on the dance floor, a girl willing to give them a lap dance or something. They're like, oh my God,
I have to sleep with her.
The only reason why you think you have to sleep with her is because you are so low quality and you get so little action. You are so disrespected by women on the daily that you can't get any other girls. Because if you could get more girls, you wouldn't have to rely on this one thought twerking on you. Does that make sense? I think about things from like a societal standpoint. From my understanding, throughout all of history, society was built, the foundation of society was built on the actions of men. And I know I see some channels saying that they kind of use it as a way to kind of like put down women, and I'm not doing that. My goal is not to put down women by saying this, but what I am saying is that most men would come into an area, and this is a very general, kind of simplistic way of saying this. They come into an area, they make the area safe. They establish a foundation for the area. And by foundation, I mean both a physical foundation, as in like buildings and infrastructure, and they also establish sort of the way that the society thinks. They determine the way that area thinks. They establish religion. They have certain principles. They might have been a warrior class of people, and because by extension, all the women also adhere to this warrior mindset. I'm not saying they're also warriors. I don't get too deep in the weeds. The point that I'm making is that throughout all of history, men would come in, men would build the foundation, both from a societal standpoint and from an infrastructure standpoint. And the women would come in and they'd adhere to whatever the foundation was. They'd basically just listen. That's not a bad thing. That's a fantastic thing. That's the balance of men and women. This is still the case, but the issue is that the men have become so low value that the foundation set is low value by default. Think about it this way. Look at most of the celebrities you see. Think about most of the people on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, all these streamers, all these like celebrities and social media stars you see. Most of them, at least half of them, are famous for bullshit. They're famous for low IQ, low quality things. You got Charli D'Amelio doing her terrible dances on TikTok and she's like a multi-millionaire. You got Kylie Jenner and all the Kardashians just doing like lip fillers, fake bodies, having sex online and making money as a result of it. You have all these different girls on OnlyFans just shaking ass, just being thoughts, just saying the most outrageous things, saying how they're gonna take men's money and that you have to be this rich, high quality, high value man in order for them to even be like bothered with you. All of this goes away if every man had higher standards. If every man said, look, if you speak that way, I will never talk to you. I will not acknowledge you. I'll give you zero attention. Every girl would sort of, as a response, they'd go, you know what? Me being a thought does not work. Me doing my stupid TikTok dances doesn't work because no one's giving me attention. Me wearing my tits out, me having my ass out isn't working. No one's giving me attention. So you know what I should do? Stop doing it. And they're gonna start doing something else. Does that make sense? So whenever I see this low status society, and this is what I'm calling it, a low status society, because it is a low status society, the way we deal with this, the way we get around this, the way we fix it is for all the men to stop being low status. And the origin of this low status behavior is because you can't say no to sex.